Closing the books or putting them in what we call lockdown mode is preserving your data, just as important as doing regular backups. This process is a control mechanism for authorized changes, such as changes to or from prior year's financial statements, amended tax returns, or other non-accounting changes, and unauthorized changes, such as intentional acts or unintentional changes. We have mentioned several times throughout these presentations that QuickBooks runs on details and dates, and one of the most common unintentional change is the incorrect date posting transactions. So here's the issue. Think about January of the new year, just following the holidays. Do you ever recall accidentally writing an incorrect date or year? This happens easily. For the past year, you've entered a date with the current year, and now it's changed, but the brain and fingers still move by habit. The newer versions have warnings that can be turned on in the preferences area. What happens many times is you get desensitized to these pop-ups and simply enter through without thinking. And now you've incorrectly entered the transaction in the previous year. And depending on how your data flows through to the tax return, this incorrect date can cause prior year's books to be changed and now incorrect. The expense could be missed because it's now hiding in the prior year, which is history. If your business tax return requires a balance sheet, double entry accounting is needed. These types of prior year posting errors will have to be addressed with the next tax return preparation because the beginning balances of the new tax year should match the ending balances of the prior year's tax return. These incorrect date transactions change the ending account balances in your QuickBooks data file in the prior year, which need to be corrected to get back to a correct starting point for the current year tax return. Searching and resolving these transactions are time-consuming, frustrating, and if time is money, you may have less of each because if you don't find and resolve these, your tax accountant will have to. If your business does not require a balance sheet, these incorrect date transactions may never be found or noticed because a system to catch these errors may not be in place, potentially causing higher taxes to be paid. A simple procedure is to close the books or put it in what we call lockdown mode. Simply adjust the date the books are closed and even add a password. We suggest adding a reminder to your list as the first order of business every new year. Even before the books or tax returns are finalized, you can always make an authorized change. It's the unauthorized changes that will cost you. Once the tax return is finished, and either you or your accountant has entered any adjustments or adjusting journal entries which tie or syncs your QuickBooks data to the tax return, your period is now officially closed, and any new changes should generally be done in the current or technically the open period or year.